Shalom, Israel. Giving all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakadash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, double honors to the apostle, elder bishops, great millstones, much salutations to the brother teaching the word for the hopeful elect, soon to be the elect, most high will. To the hopeful extended elect, Shalom, blessings. And men, women, and children, this is a super quick video, getting right into it. Faith, these anti-Christians think faith is just something you sit on. Something you grow up having and all that. It's a gift, and it's a lot that goes with it, even though, it's been taught by the American churches to, take it for just a word. I mean, that's how they actually, present it in certain definitions of, how they make people feel like they believe in the Spirit or being guided by the Spirit. It says, I'm started at Hebrews 13 and 38, 10 and 13, 10 and 38. Now the just shall live by faith. And now they be like, well, I don't have to follow the law. I don't have to do anything because I live by faith. Leave me alone. Who are you to judge? They're not living by faith. But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. Yeah, draw back from what? Work. Because you have to, you have to prove your faith pretty much. These are the examples. By faith, Hebrews 11 and 4, and it says, without faith it's impossible to please him. By faith, Abel offered unto the Most High a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous, Most High testifying of his gifts, and by it he being dead yet speaketh. So what did Abraham, when his ex was going to say, by faith Enoch was translated that he should not see death. It was not found because the Most High had translated him before his translation. He had this testimony that he pleased the Most High. And it's not even easy being translated, like, going into another realm. Like we got to pray that when we get immortal bodies, we can't, your spirit wants to be driven to accept that, because to a lot of people, it's like it could sound crazy. It could sound weird. It could be scary to them, just like with the chariots. They had these delusional thoughts about aliens, and what if they not angels and they coming to abduct us and coming to take us captive and all that? What if, the flesh could have these people thinking thoughts, that you got to believe and have faith. And you have to move, and let's say, by faith Noah, being warned of the Most High of things not seen as yet. That's part of what faith is. Substance of things hoped for, evidence of things unseen. Move with fear. Moved. There go that a move, action. Faith is an action word. Move. Prepared an ark to the saving of his house. Prepared an ark. It even says, prepare your soul for temptation. I pulled it, I brought up that scripture. I'll just, point to it, on the other page. But, when you prepare, you moving, and they was like, well, what prepare myself? Like, how do I prepare myself for temptation? Well, you got to move within the ministry. You got to move within the brotherhood. You got to move. You got to be occupied in prophecies, You got to contribute to the church, the ministry, not to be into women, not to be into the world, not to be into sports, not to be activity that doesn't concern Most High. Now, don't drain yourself, overwork yourself, even in the ministry, But if you don't put your heart in it and your sincere hands to the plow, you're gonna be cast out, man. You're gonna be a nobody, because the Most High is flipping this thing. The world is becoming nobody, and we're becoming somebody. I mean, we always were somebody. We say that humbly, most Lord will, you know. But he's flipping it. Now these women are finding out that, oh man, my degrees and all that, and like this one, I think one of the apostle elders posted this woman saying, that women. A woman was speaking and saying, men don't care about a woman with a degree. He don't care about a woman with money. Really, man, trying to get the box. Now, if you a submissive woman and you meet his, wants and desires, then he'll be like, well, I can have her around. I can picture her being, in my house, whatever. But that's even not expedient among the hopeful elect. But that's the only time a man would consider having a woman around. What she could do for him, and when he gets her pregnant, she brings forth his child. I want, because a man builds a foundation. His house starts with him. So extended house is your actual house, and your certain possessions, and then you be like, well, when I die, I'm gonna pass this down to my sons. He gotta, But even Solomon said that's vanity, because everything is out of order. You don't even know if your sons are going to take care of your wealth and your house the right way if you have to exit the matrix. But it says, by faith, Noah, being warned of the Most High of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by the which he condemned the world. See, so how could Most High love the world? Even Noah condemned the world. And this is an example of the days of Noah. They were eating and drinking, giving into marriage and giving into marriage, worried about worldly things. So, it's just a little thing that makes you think about, too, when it said God so loved the world. It couldn't be talking about the world, because Noah was condemning the world and became heir of righteousness, which is by faith. Righteousness, you have righteous acts. What is the right thing to do? That people got in their mind all that every day. Like, damn, what's the best thing to do? What's the right thing to do? It could be a wrong thing to do too, but you do. It's something done. You can't just. Even in this world, you can't just hide yourself in the house and being like, I ain't a part of this. I ain't a part of the world, what's going on in the world and politics. You're going to get involved some kind of way. Because when the World War III come, they're going to be like, hey, we drafting you. You for the war, right? You American, right? You got your certificate and all that. You even got a new ID. You American bound. Let's go. And you be like, I don't want to get involved. What are you talking about? You on our grounds of America. You in our country. You want us to take you outside of the bounds of America. So you gotta know where you are. And who you are, what you stand for, what you believe, and be sure about it. And sometimes people are in the wrong religion. They don't even know, but they believe it. But those people, it has to believe in. It has to be some kind of vanity too. Because the Most High said, pure religion is such thing as pure religion. So if your religion ain't making it and it's not adding up, then and you fall away because of its vanity, then you were vain too, because you was trying to rest on a religion that brought vanity. And if you exercise your senses with patience and instruction, you would have known that this is a what do you call it, a fast-paced, dog-eat-dog microwave world, and a lot of people are falling for it. By faith, Abraham, when he was called to go into a place, that's action, to go into a place which he should have received for an inheritance, obeyed. He went out not knowing whether he went. He went, he obeyed. By faith, he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. That's that seed line, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It didn't mention Ishmael. It didn't mention any other nation. That's the all Israelites, man. Now they say, well, Abraham was an Israelite. Jacob came from Isaac, and Isaac came from Abraham. I don't care what the names are. We didn't have to be called Israel. We were the sons of God, but the Most High gave us a name. He said, your name shall no longer be Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name. You know, Israel, like, we always want, we want a God, and we want a king, we want a name, we want embroidery Most High, we want land, we want, like, it's like, oh, yeah, well, you rule the whole world. Well, we want a land for ourselves, Lord. Even told Adam, you have dominion over the earth and over the fishes of the sea and fowls of the air. Well, I want to be named, Lord. I want to have, I'm just using, giving an analogy. So Israel want their own stuff. But they'll let themselves go to waste. By faith, Abraham, when he was tried, offered up Isaac. And he that had received the promises offered up his only begotten son. So even with journeying and all that and going to a strange land, he went out. He had to do this. Action. By faith, you might have a certain rich pastor, and you'd be like, well, this is the truth. You need to abide by this, do the commandments and all that. And, well, this church is not being ran right. It's not being instructed right. Tear it down, and serve the Lord. And then he might be like, well, nah, I don't know if that's right, man. That don't sound like the Most High would to have me to do that. You sound like you're negative, son. But you tell him the truth and all that, he'll consider, but he still won't give up his church, which is founded on vanity, 501c3 charter, government standards according to this evil world. So one thing about faith, you got to detach yourself too. By faith, Abraham, when he was tried, offered up Isaac, and he that had received the promise offered up his only begotten son. And that's why another thing, and we won't get into that part, because Isaac, if the Spirit's dealing with you, that was Yahweh Shai. But only begotten son, and it's had that son as italics, which is a key part of the scripture. Only begotten, to where how many people would the only thing you got left, your only house, this is your last money that you got left. This is your last, this is all that you got, and then, some people be like, I can't do it. I had to hold on. Like a lot of Jake's base vanity. Like, man, I've been smoking weed all my life, man. You know what I'm saying? Everything sound cool, man. The more than one woman thing and the kingdom coming, man. But, man, I just love to smoke weed, man. His only thing he loved to do more than a lot of things, even spending time with his brethren or his woman, he loves to smoke weed, but he can't give it up. It's like his only begotten thing that he can't give up. You know, because a lot of jakes create these things in their own mind, these stumbling blocks, these attachments, these desires, and their vanity. By faith, Isaac, verse 20. Well, let me see. 18, of whom it was said that in Isaac shall thy seed be called. Yeah. Counting that the Most High was able to raise him up even from the dead, from whence also he received him in a figure. By faith, Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come. You know, that's a very important part. That's what this story is all about. Esau and Jacob. But he had to put forth his faith to judge matters. And he, even though he loved Esau because of his venison, he still blessed Jacob. You know? And when Esau cried out, he didn't give him the kingdom. He said, "No, well, Jacob got to get that back to you." He's like, "Well, what blessing will I have for you, my son?" That's how you know the devil couldn't trick. That was Yahweh Shai. The devil couldn't trick Yahweh Shai. He's like, "No, this was prophesied. This thing was supposed to happen. Esau, your mountains is laid to waste. Your heritage is done." So he said, "Well, you know, I'll at least give you the dwellest of fatness earth, and the sword shall I live. But you're going to serve your brother Jacob." You know? He didn't tell Jacob to give back you supplanted Esau, give him back his birthright now. So that was that wouldn't be easy for Jake today, because Jake is a man pleaser today. A lot of Jakes, 2/3, you know. By faith, Jacob, when he was dying, blessed both the sons of Joseph and worshiped, leaning upon the top of the staff. By faith, Joseph, when he died, made mention of departing the children of Israel and gave commandment concerning his bones. By faith, Moses, when he was born, was hid 3 months of his parents, because they saw he was a proper child and they were not afraid of the king's commandment. They moved with fear. It's a opposition there. It's not that you just in the comfort of your own home with faith. Yes, I'm waiting on Jesus. You know, that's who they wait for. Jesus. Jesus is not going to show up. I guarantee you, he's not going to show up. By faith, Moses, when he was come to years, and I met the one they call the one they believe as Jesus is not really the Son of God. Now the Son of God is going to show up. Yahweh Shai. By faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction. See, you got to suffer, man, with the people of the Most High. He doesn't, than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. Because a lot of people will flip faith and be like, well, it's enjoyable, it's pleasurable, you know? It's concerning when you're in a better state in your life. Then you could be like, well, yeah, I see how God is working. God works with the people that are suffering. You know, we're like scientists. We're like spiritual scientists. We get out of shit. We're like spiritual Houdinis. Most High, like the angels, like, hey, he gonna get out of this one, man. He's a Superman. We don't, it's not shown in the physical, and our people can't see it, but they be amazed by that. This man is super. He is the Son of God. How did he get through that? Because a lot of men, and they seen it time before, fell. A lot of spirits fell, esteeming the reproach of Yahweh Shai greater riches than the treasures in Egypt, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward. By faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he endured. Yep, that's that word, endure. He endured as seeing him who was invisible. See, they think because he's invisible, well, I could be invisible. I could just disappear from the world and play like I'm not even here. No, you got to get involved. It's war. It's about to be civil unrest. It's about to be Jacob's trouble. It's things being shaken up in this place. It's purged around this place. And your home will become a prison. I can't even go outside, man. Why not? It's beasts out there. It's men out there killing each other. You can hear the screams of women and men, getting eaten by beast or beaten by men and other men, or even shot up by other men. Through faith he kept the Passover, and the sprinkling of the blood. That means it's important there. If you live by faith and you don't keep the Passover, then you don't have faith. Through faith he kept the Passover, and the sprinkling of blood, lest he that destroyed the firstborn should touch him. Real blood. So these physical elements are real important to the spiritual demands of the highest. By faith they passed through the Red Sea as by dry land, which the Egyptians are saying to do were drowned. By faith the walls of Jericho fell down. Physical, elemental things, they were compassed with about 7 days. By faith the harlot Rahab perished not with them that believed not when she had received the spies with peace. She moved like, oh man, I gotta. And there's the story in there that you could read about. And when the men came in, if I'm remembering right, they were like, "Where are the spies?" She said, "Like I don't know, sir. They, and I think they saw some evidence that they were there." So she said they're far gone, and I think she pointed them in a different direction that the spies went. I gotta visit that story, but her whole house was saved. And it says, by through faith subdue kingdoms, wrought righteousness, obtained promises, stop the mouth of lions, and quench the fire. That's all, getting involved with. Remember, see, that's why I said, prepare your soul for temptation. The reason why the Holy Spirit is comforting, and the comforter, because when you come and serve the Most High, you're gonna go through some shit. So he's like, they're gonna need some comfort. It ain't talking about lay down and on cashmere pillows and, like we always say, get ready a bedtime story and like, now I can rest. I done found peace on earth. I done found Jesus. Now it's like he take care of all my troubles. Nah, you gotta get up and get your ass to work 9 to 5. Gotta take care of the church. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? There's people that join this truth and just want to sit on their ass and want the truth to work for them. Nah, you another brick if you're a brick in the house, you gotta become hard to hold that brick. If it becomes clay, if you become clay, you're gonna you're gonna cause the building to be weakened. All stones are hardened. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, Sirach 2:1, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set the heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. Yeah. Oh, I'm in trouble. I gotta go to college, and I'll come back to the truth, but I gotta get to college, get this money. Or I get a job that's far away from the brothers in the camp in the state, and it's in a remote place. I gotta get it because I'm broke. It's paying $30 an hour. And then you leave the whole, nah. Anyway, I didn't want to make this too long. Shalom.